We're doing it. The narcissistic competition brain. Narcissists may specifically target a person you are interested in or someone you are with to gain control and satisfy their own ego. This behavior isn't about genuine desire for that person, but the validation and sense of power they receive from winning. So, I wanted to talk about this because Officer Fred pulled me over, was threatening me at gunpoint, telling me to stay away from Carmen. And then he went on a thing about how there's these two guys trying to get a woman. These people, when you switch the conscious and unconscious mind, the unconscious mind is the baboon brain. Competition is the law of the jungle. They operate like baboons. That is why women are property to them. That is why they don't do sympathy or empathy, because they're baboons. Okay. The same speech also came from Stu, who also was like, there's this guy, and he's competing to get this girl. I was like, are you certain he's competing to get this girl, and you're not just insecure? I'm not insecure. Narcissists don't have introspective. They cannot see themselves. And this, I want to talk about this briefly. I remember my idiot friend Taco doing a bunch of dumb shit, and then I was like, dude, I'm just going to film you and show you. And then he was like, I'll kill you if you do that. And it's because when you see yourself talking, it causes introspective. I actually watch my own YouTube videos. Why? Because I have introspective, and I'm trying to evaluate why I'm doing what I'm doing. Which, honestly, I've just broken down to borderline personality disorder, trauma, and CPTSD. I'm an extremely mentally unwell person. Due to trauma! Why the narcissist wants what you have. My point about this is, once again, the loser brain, you're in competition with everyone because you might win some. The other side of the problem with the competition brain is there is no oversight committee for this competition brain, so cheating becomes standard. Poisoning the other guy, kneecapping, lying, manipulating, and anything goes as long as you win. Like, and you're just like, great. Like, life isn't a competition, you dumbass. A desire to win. Narcissists are highly competitive and see everything as a zero-sum game. If you want a specific person, a narcissist may see getting that person for themselves as a direct way to prove their own superiority and make you lose. Like I said, Mary's a trophy. She's not a human being to fucking Blondie. Like, he literally said as much when we were in the back of Papa John's. And in his brain, because I outclassed him and I outclassed all these people, but they still destroyed my brain with heavy metals and won, because that's how you win, you cheat. That's standard. Because the other side is just admitting you're a fucking loser. Securing narcissistic supply. A narcissist lacks stable internal self-esteem and depends on external attention and admiration, known as narcissistic supply. Getting the partner of a perceived rival can provide a potent source of supply, creating a chaos and securing attention. The immaturity is palpable. I bring this up because Robbie did this to Grant, and like, these people just do this, and I've always wondered about this because this happened to me in high school also, where somebody found out and then just, whatever, man. I start to think maybe expunging myself from social media and then just making sure nobody knows what the fuck I'm doing might be the only way to secure a life for myself, because I attract a lot of insecure narcissist losers. I'm glad I understand this, because this was really bothering me. But now I understand why. This is the thing. Once you understand the nature of a thing, you understand why it does what it do. Seeking a trophy partner. Narcissists often seek relationships with attractive, successful people, viewing them as a status symbol. If you are interested in a woman who has the high social status or is particularly desired by others, a narcissist may see her as valuable trophy to evaluate their own image. Fueling drama through triangulation. Triangulation is a manipulation tactic where a narcissist introduces a third person into the relationship to control the dynamic. By competing with you for a woman's attention, the narcissist creates a conflict drama, which is prime source for entertainment and fuel for them. Drama queens. Projecting their envy. At their core, narcissists are deeply insecure and envious of what others have. By targeting something you want, they are acting on their jealousy and seeking to possess the object of their envy for themselves. Makes perfect sense. Patterns of narcissistic pursuit. Individualization. Narcissists may initially present an idealization, charming version of themselves to the person they are pursuing. Triangulation. They will use this as a competitor, making the woman feel like she is caught between two people fighting for her attention. They will use this as a competitor, making the woman feel like she is caught between two individuals fighting for her attention. That happened when I was talking to Officer Fred and I got a call from Carmen and I was like, I don't like you like that. The same way, once again, I'm pretty sure Mary Bowberry's a great woman and she's very pretty, but I do not know her. I do not know any of those women I had sex with, for that matter. Part of a relationship is actually knowing the person. When you're just mindlessly chasing after them, they might have something like, I don't know, Blondie, HIV. But that's how he doesn't think. So, devaluation and discard. Once the narcissist wins to secure the person, their interest will likely fade. When the initial thrill of conquest is over, the narcissist will begin to devalue and discard that person in favor of a new source of supply. Now, they also do not completely get rid of their trophies. They will stop anybody that tries to take their trophy because they view women as property. This is important because it's a Christian practice to view women as property. If you are a Christian man, you will admit that you view women as property. And I wanted to talk about this, and I was thinking about doing a cult video 2 or 3 or 4. When I was in Ackworth, I ended up talking with a bunch of women that were talking about the Ackworth Police Department needs to go away. Like they need to disband it. And their complaint was they had abusive spouses and they were actually assaulted and beaten by their spouses. And they called the police and the police didn't do anything. They had bruises on them, they had pictures, and the women had all this information, and then the police refused to arrest their husbands. This is because Christians don't believe a man can do wrong. Okay. None of these people at this church, and this is a sign that your police station has been taken over by a cult, because they will not arrest wife abusers. Okay, that is why this massive human trafficking ring has a massive concentration of men in it, because they view women as objects. They do not view them as human beings. Mary, I don't think you watch these videos, but if you happen to watch these videos, this triangulation tactic that me and Blondie are both competing for you, and this is some kind of competition, isn't a thing. I don't know you. And that is a sad but true fact. Okay. Prepare for disappointment. The other side of that is this competition shit, like the projection of narcissistic insecurity is another thing that fucking killed me. Because one, I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm not gonna bring that up. The projection of narcissistic insecurity is one thing that, like, Stu, you're scared, you're this, you're that, you're... No, it's you. It's all you. You're terrified the church is going to kill you if you don't perform. You're terrified the church is going to kill you if you don't kill 6 kids and 7 women, okay? You're terrified that you're going to get judged. You're terrified that people are going to find out you're disgusting. You're terrified, dude. Okay, you're pathetic. That's the end game, is you're pathetic, and you're terrified of people seeing the truth, man. It explains that like why you guys hate Carl Jung so much, and like his whole integrating every aspect of yourself instead of just the facade and pretending to be superior when you're fucking inferior as fuck. I don't fall for these people's bullshit, because at the end of the day, disingenuine behavior is the thing they give off. 1,000,000% in everything they do. So there's that. I hope this actually, I don't, there's like 5 of you people that actually watch these videos still, outside of the ones that get like 45 watches, but like, those ones are more of the church doing their thing, trying to trick me into making more content like that, because it makes them seem like the victim. Have you ever noticed whenever I go off on them, those videos get like the most views, and then the ones where like I'm explaining shit like this get like the least views, so, there's that. Yep.